So this is my iPad Pro, and I got it late, very early in 2019. This is the 2018 iPad Pro, and alongside it, I got the smart keyboard cover. Now, if you guys have seen this channel for long enough, you know I hate this case. This is a horrible case. It doesn't do well. The magnets on it are so bad. Like, look at that. It just lifts up. Like, if I normally lift it up like I would any other case, the magnets just lift up off the back. This is unsecure and does a horrible job of protecting my iPad. And the worst part is, I can't use it in the keyboard orientation because I'm scared that at any moment, even while just, setting the iPad, the thing might just fall off and fly off like it all, It's just been a bad experience. Not to mention that you can only fix it in 2 angles. So overall, I wasn't that happy with this case, but at the same time, I really felt like I needed a keyboard to harness the true power of this amazing iPad. So I just kind of had to stick with it. There was no option for me, and that was until earlier this year when this came out, the Magic Keyboard. Now, this is a whole other story, man. This is a $300 accessory, and I have been very critical of companies in the past doing this, especially with the Surface lineup. I have been so annoyed with them for selling keyboards as additional add-ons for like $100 or $150, but right here I just spent $300 on an add-on for an iPad, and I really want to, not be hypocritical here, but I think that this one, it will add to the experience. So I think the key differentiator here is that you really can't get the full experience of the Surface out without a keyboard. You need that keyboard for it to feel like a proper device. But with the iPad, if you're not typing that much, you can still get a very fantastic experience without a keyboard case. However, if you want to do some proper work, if you're actually going to be typing, like I recently have been, I write up all my video ideas, my notes on my iPad, not even my computer anymore. So I think that this is a worthwhile investment for me, but it's so hard to justify $300 for this case and $350 for the 12.9-inch one. You can get a brand new iPad, just the entry-level iPad, for that much money. And it's crazy to me how this is this expensive, but at the same time, it does bring a lot to the table. So what I'm going to do is unbox it and give you guys a demo of what this is like. So of course, you've got the very standard Apple pull tab now. So I'm just going to pull it, and we got the plastic coming right off. So let's pull it all off. And one thing I am going to tell you guys is this is a very heavy box. Like, I did not expect it to be this hefty. So this is going to be a very heavy case. But of course, it basically turns my iPad into a laptop. So I guess it makes sense. And the magnets are so much more sturdy. So I actually tested this in store before I bought it because I was just done. I was not going to play games with this anymore. And I just wanted to make sure I was getting the right experience for my iPad. So let me open up this plastic and bring it out. So this is kind of more or less the same color as the current Magic case. It's a little bit less blue, like by a hint. This is black, clearly black, and this kind of felt like it had a hint of navy blue, if you guys can tell in the lighting, but really not the biggest deal. So finally, let's open this up. It even, look at that. It just doesn't lift up easily either, so I think it's definitely quality there. Okay, so it locked in immediately to a position. I think that's it. Okay, so that's as far as it opens. It won't open further than that. So can it go back? I don't think I can take it all the way back, can I? Let's see. Nope, that's it. So if you're going to use this case, you can't flip the iPad back. It's just the way it is. So I actually never saw this before. Look at how cool this hinge mechanism is under everything. So when you're looking at it head on, you really don't see it, but the iPad covers this up. But that hinge mechanism is fancy. It looks super premium. It is fully metal, of course, and of course you also got USB-C right here for pass-through charging through the smart connector pins, which of course are used to connect to this keyboard case anyway. So overall looks pretty good. Now let's talk about the keyboard. So the keyboard here is a great, it's exactly like you'd get on a MacBook, more or less, the same type of chiclet keys. I think they're the butterfly keys, but I can't be 100% here. The one thing that is the biggest addition to this one is the trackpad. So this does have a trackpad which will make navigating through the UI a lot easier. So it basically makes the iPad into a laptop. Before I do that, let me just show you guys what's inside the box here. Not much, just some paperwork. I don't know if they give you Apple stickers. They don't. Just Magic Keyboard case. You got this. That's it. Really not much in this. So let me put this to the side. Let me grab my iPad and put it on. Lock this on for the first time and see what it looks like. I am so nervous and excited about this because I've wanted this case for a while. Now, one thing you guys will notice is the camera cutout here is quite big, and I only have a single camera. So this was actually a case that is compatible both with the 2018 and 2020 iPad, but it's got the bigger cutout for the 2020 model. So let me go ahead, hook this up. All right, boom, that's it. It's good to go. Okay, let me hit the space bar. There we go. Unlocked. Alt-tab. All right, Command Home. Look at that, look at that, look at that. I can navigate through completely. Okay, boom. Search, notes. Let's go to notes. Let's create a new one. Hello. This is a very expensive keyboard. Okay, one thing I'm noticing is in the angle I have it here, I keep hitting the iPad right here because there is a little bit of gap right there. So it is floating in the air. It's not really like resting on the case. It's kind of floating in the middle there, which is cool. I think that it really gives this a unique look, but at the same time, definitely will cause problems. So the angles are pretty decent, but not the greatest. So you've got about, say, 10 or 15 degrees of play before it kind of locks out at the maximum there. And then you just kind of got to stick with it there. So it looks super good. I'm a little bit upset that there's not more movement. This is basically what you're limited to. I wish you could have kind of pulled it down or brought it up a little bit higher compared to what it is right now. But overall, this is just such a big improvement compared to the older one. But what I'm noticing is that this is now extremely heavy. Like this is I think this is almost as heavy as my MacBook Pro, my 15-inch MacBook Pro. So this definitely just kind of kills the carry it around in your hand vibe of this device. This is a way more put it in a bag and take it everywhere now kind of device, but also really does have the functionality of that as well because you got that full keyboard. And since it is adjustable angle, you can definitely work on it kind of in any environment. You can be standing up, you can be sitting, looking at it straight head on, and you could get a lot more than just those two angles that you previously had on the smart keyboard case. So I don't know. Time will tell if this is worth $300 to me, but from what I can tell, I think it will be. The one thing I don't like about this case is that some of the keys feel so congested. So the enter key, for example, is super tiny. I really wish that there was a little bit more thought put into the spacing. I actually haven't gotten a good look at the the 12.9-inch model to see if this is a little bit better. But of course, that is a bigger frame, so you're going to have a little bit more space to put those keys in compared to my 11-inch. So I'm not going to ding it too much there. But yeah, overall, I think that quality-wise, this is an excellent case. I just don't know if I can with a straight face tell someone that it is okay to buy a $300 case for an iPad. It just kind of becomes something that it makes sense to me why some people call us Apple sheep, because that's a little bit ridiculous. But again, the kind of experience you get is crazy as well. So by the way, I did forget to show you guys a little bit with a trackpad. So now that you do have the trackpad, you can kind of scroll through here. You guys can multitask as well. So look at that, multitasking as well. So there is the mouse pointer as well, so I can click on apps and scroll up and down. So just it does give you that full computer feel compared to just having a more touch-based feel. So while this will never be Mac OS, this is, I think, the closest experience we're ever going to get out of Apple. But luckily, it's not bad. It's a really good experience, and iPads have just been getting better and better with iPad OS. So overall, I think this is a interesting device, and while it's going to be hard for me to recommend to other people, I think that I personally will love it and get a lot of use out of it. So look forward to a more thorough, in-depth kind of review a couple of months down the road, where I'll be able to give you guys a better idea of what I think after using this device. For the time being, I'm impressed with the quality. I love the adjustability of the hinge. Not in love with the price as much though. So that's it for this one, guys. If you have any questions about this very expensive keyboard case, feel free to ask me down in the comments below. And if you haven't already, be sure to follow me on social media. I'll have all the links and handles right here on screen, and of course in the description as well. And if you haven't already, be sure to follow me on my blog over at my website at autotechnica.net. I post stories there every couple of days, just to give you guys a little bit more of inside thoughts onto what I'm doing, maybe some opinion pieces as well that don't go as well on YouTube. So be sure to check that out. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.